Moving to Oneness. Nourishing curiosity. Embracing differences. Becoming one.
Hello everyone, how are you? The sun is shining here in Germany and I welcome you with Denise today to the Moving to Oneness show. And I'll just jump over to Denise before she can even say hello to you and ask her about the beautiful picture she posted into the Moving to Oneness Facebook group. Tell us more, Denise.
Well, hello, Meilin, and hello, everyone. Yes, I did post a picture this morning. It was very interesting. When I woke up, it was around 5:30-ish. And I just had this need to watch the sunrise. And so as I was getting out of bed and coming in to go out onto my deck, I looked outside and the fog and the mist was there. And there was that moment where I had to pause and think, oh dear, I won't be able to see the sunrise. What am I going to do? And I thought, no. Even though you cannot see the sunrise, you will feel the sun rising. And so that's what I did, Meilin. I got my cup of coffee, I got my journal, and I sat out on my deck, and the mist was coming in, and the sun was rising, and yet all I could do was feel it. And it was at that moment that I was surrounded by the mist getting thicker and thicker, that I pulled out my journal, and I want to read to you what I wrote within it.
Yes, please, please.
Yes, so I hear, yet I cannot see. The mist surrounds me. I am not afraid. I am one. We are one all together in this moment. This moment where we cannot see what is next, what our future holds. For some, this may be pain, there may be fear. For others, there is peacefulness. And others are even holding excitement, desire, anticipation for the new, for what's coming. I am blessed and happy that I have the ability to create joy, prosperity, happiness, connection, aliveness, love. I am complete. And I just sat with that for a while because it was that moment in which, as I was just there, I could, like I said, I couldn't see the sun rising, and yet I felt it rising within me. And with each and every day, regardless of what is going on in our life, it is that moment that we feel the sun, the hope, the love, the joy, the oneness of everything that is rising within us and emanating out through it all. Meilin, as you and I have talked, and everybody knows, we're going through some very transformational times right now. And it's up to each and every one of us to come together, create our own, and create together what our new world is going to be. And I'm going to do a little push here that if you are listening to this and you are not part of our Facebook group of Moving to Oneness, coming together to embrace our differences, to nourish curiosity. This is what we talk about there. It's an open group, so please go to Facebook and search for Moving to Oneness. We'd love to have you there. But that was my morning this morning, as I had that moment of somewhat disappointment when I saw the mist and the fog coming in and I wouldn't be able to physically see the sun rising. I had to pause and recognize that even though we might lose that one ability at one moment, we have so much more that we can draw from to be able to be fulfilled, to be complete with it all. So hence, that's why I posted the picture.
Yeah, it's a beautiful picture, everyone. You cannot see it as we're speaking about it right now, but let me try to explain it. So when I open it up, it is, she's looking down onto a green area, a little park-like area. And it's misty. And what was interesting, though, the lights were still on, the street lights, and they were coming through like stars. That was really what drew me into the picture. And that picture, your picture, Denise, it has the tendency to pull one in and to go onto a discovery. It reminded me a little bit of when I read the book. What's the first one of the Avalon series, where you canoe through the on a boat through the mist, and then suddenly it becomes less and less, and you can see more clearly and clearly, and then suddenly you're out and you have a new island or a new place you have not found before because the mist was so strong, and you're being welcomed to new ideas, to a new way of life.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like, The Mist of Avalon. I love that book. And with that, as I was sitting within the mist itself and the fog, it was getting denser and denser the longer I sat out there. And it was at that moment that I realized that all we have to do is to go within and to take that deep dive to discover what is it that we truly want in our life. What will be exposed to us as we go within and say yes to new opportunities? Just like you're saying with that visual of breaking out from the mist to the other side. Because that's what we're given an opportunity to do right now, is to look within and to recognize that we get to create. We get to create something new. And I saw something on your personal page about this past weekend. If you'll tell us a little bit about that. I loved that also.
Oh, yeah, it was an interesting observation. Last Thursday, I went with a friend on a walk. Here in Germany now, we're able to go with one other person. And it was like a hilltop, a little windy spot, but we were noticing how blue the sky was. And I said, oh yeah, it is blue because there are no planes flying. And I live about 20 minutes away from the Nuremberg airport. Mm-hmm. So normally there's a lot of crisscrossing then, starting and leaving off, not like one of the international ones. But if you go then on a higher level, I'm on a line because of the airport where many other airplanes go for a longer distance, right, to new and other places of the world. And you always see the trail, and you have clouds that mist in the sky in a way, right, because of condensation. And what was interesting, we was able to see onto Nuremberg. Normally we can see the radio tower of Nuremberg, wherever you, almost by every year, weather condition. But what was fascinating, for the first time, we were able to see the castle of Nuremberg.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and it's a very old castle. It's there over 1,000 years, and the Emperor of Germany had to rule one night. He had to stay always in that castle before he went off to live somewhere else and reign from wherever, Italy, Spain, Germany, other locations. Yeah, and then I reflected and told that story on Sunday in a Facebook Live. And the interesting thing was it suddenly opened an idea, or a channel came through, that because it's so free above us, right? It's not just the density around us is loosening up because there's less movement. Nature is reawakening because it's spring, but it also has time to rejuvenate or to go into its own rhythm because we're giving it space to go into its rhythm. We don't, in a way, cut it, right? We human beings have a way of cutting into nature. So if nothing is above, there is a clear connection now to your source, to your oneness or to our oneness, to every other being that exists. In a way, the telepathy is easier now with people. And maybe every one of you has noticed this, or maybe you too, Denise, as well, how it's easy when we think about someone, we're connected. And yeah, so take advantage of this time now. When you sit down or you go for a walk and you're walking, and move up into your vibration and go all these energy centers that are above your head and go higher and higher and higher and connect with the sun, with other planets, other galaxies, right? And explore what it brings to you, and in your intuition is also much clearer at the moment, I believe.
Yes, definitely. So what you said then reminded me of a book, As Above, So Below. Because basically what it's saying, because we have this wonderful pause moment where Mother Earth is healing and healing us at the same time. The clarity and the crispness of the skies, of nature around us, of animals beginning to connect and not be afraid, of coming out of hiding, in a sense. As that is beginning to open up, and I think of as above, so below becomes us. We also have that opportunity, as I stated, to look within, to receive the clarity of what it is we truly would love to have in our life. We have that chance, that opportunity to say, bring to me this, whatever that may be. And it really is the connection with others, the connection to self, the connection to your feelings. And I will tell you now, my feelings and my emotions, much like pretty much everyone else, run the gamut. I mean, I feel like some days I'm on the roller coaster and it's like, it deep inside when I take those moments, and that becomes a practice for me, and that's what I express to everybody. Make it a practice to meditate, to go within, to do some journaling, to really connect on the inside, because those are the moments of your truth, of who you are, your faith, what you truly believe, that will help you come out of the other moments of the fear, the pain, the anxiety, the unknown, where I'm telling you, I do dip my toe in that occasionally. And then I recognize it and hit the pause button and go, nope, that's not it. What can I do to bring myself out of that? And it's not, it's funny because as I've been, the stay at home for 2 months, it looks like we are potentially going into a third month, and it does wear on you. And what I have found is that I am walking in nature almost daily, getting connected back into Mother Earth, into being outdoors, to allow my creative thinking to explode as the clarity and crispness of Mother Earth has started within me and it's exploding out without, if that makes sense at all.
Yes, it does. And there's an interesting what's also happened this week. I stayed up a little longer because I was conversing a lot with the Americans. That's why it became so clear. My cat, Puccini, wakes me up very loudly in the morning. I said, I'm so tired and I don't want to get up. And meow, 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 he's persistent. So then I get up, and it's always the time before the sun comes over the house and the trees and to shine into my window. I have east-facing window. He's been doing it now every single day. And after the second day, I said, okay, I go with it. And I get up, we go onto the porch, and he just has to go out for a stroll, in a way welcoming the day and the morning. So the animals are so in tune with the rhythm, with the one light, with the right. They connect and they pull in the strengths of that. And you did that this morning. So then I go back to bed afterwards. I have no problem, but I do take that time now and just take in the air outside, take in a deep breath and hold it within my body before I exhale it out. There is an exchange happening at the moment, an exchange that has never happened before, right? When was the whole world in a way quiet also? It's also the tones. Listen outside, how it has changed, how more clearly you can hear insects, the birds sing. There's so less cars. There's almost no trucks, no buses, right, driving behind. This is a newness. These sounds have disappeared. So what other sounds are there? I can hear my breath maybe more, my pulse, movements, or even you can hear what you're walking on. So use all of your senses of touch. You can maybe hear even your heartbeat. You can hear even maybe a bud opening. If you concentrate for observing the plants outside. Or maybe play a game. What bird was just singing? What are the different tones? What are the different songs? And what bird is speaking to whom? Or is this bird in this moment speaking with me? Like my cat speaking with me. He wants that I go out with him. He could go out by himself. There is this discourse, this connection, also this togetherness. And the nature has it. And we have come a little bit out of it. I believe this time, it is also the time where we move back more into the connectiveness of nature, as we also discover, as you discover, as I discover, how I'm an integral part of nature. And we can loosen that disconnect or the disconnection that was also put on us, by society and others. We were speaking about thousands and thousands of years of others to rule, to make on purpose us connected. Because if you take, every one of you, I love to sing, so these sacred sounds, but also our language is a sacred sound. So that was taken away first, right? You take away the sound, you take away the language, you had to use the language of a conqueror, so they could control you. So now suddenly, there's not so much that is controlling you. Not even the work. So let loose, unwind in a way. Unwind, dissolve even more, and become part of nature. And if you're already part of nature, become even more part of nature and feel each particle, how it connects, converses, feels, and senses everything that is out there that you're connected to. And as Denise, you were so beautiful explaining it today, you felt the sun, like Puccini feels the sun rising. He says it's time now to go outside. Go outside, maybe pick a morning, and if you're not getting up, put up the alarm and try it out for one day. Get out for 5 minutes on your balcony. If you're lucky, you have a garden. If you're lucky, you can go even into the woods or maybe a river and experience maybe something new that you normally don't have the time or energy for. It's my little gift of idea.
Yeah, because what it is it's in the quiet that you hear in beauty. I think about connection to Mother Nature, Mother Earth, nature, etc., the animals. What I'm noticing is on my walks, the squirrels that I see, the birds, those are the main things, and they don't scurry away. They allow me to get closer because they can feel that I'm not threatening them. They've suddenly gotten into that rhythm. And it is through our connection of everything that we can become more one with everything. And so, as Meilin said, guys, I mean, the most beautiful thing that you can do now is to take moments, just moments in which you just pause, you breathe, you go within. I mean, I have a lot of friends that are working in the corporate world and they're working from home, and I think they're working more than they did when they were in the office. It's hard. It's hard for them to feel settled and to feel at peace and to find joy. And it's at those moments where you've got to take more breaks for yourself. Pause, hit the pause button and just stretch and breathe, walk around for at least a minute. Even for us who are accustomed to working from home, as I am as an entrepreneur, I still find myself needing to take more moments for myself of pausing, of the breaks, to get out of the energy of being behind a computer, of getting stuck in the toe dipping and negativity, I guess you could say. And so it's those times that we all get to just decide, I can pause for one moment, and I can continue this pause in many other moments. Because as we allow ourselves to breathe more deeply, to hear our thoughts, to choose our thoughts, to be more grounded in it all, in Mother Nature, in nature itself, in one another, more compassion, more love, that is where we are moving to the oneness that is so called for. Our norm is going to be different. It's never going to go back to what it was, and I don't want it to. I want it to have more love, more compassion, more openness and connection, more equality and acceptance, more curiosity. We still need to have differences. That will always be there. And the differences are okay as long as we stay open and curious to hear what is being said. Every way, every shape, every form. So, for you today and every day, decide, do I need a moment? Do I hit the pause button? Do I just pause for a moment to breathe deeply, to stretch, to go outside, to go within, to decide differently, to be one? That is your choice.
I love that. Exactly. It's this simple. Open up the door, feel the sun on your face or the wind or even the rain. Maybe drink a cup of tea or coffee as a break if you're working. And take in a breath and listen for a moment. Because the moment you take in a breath, it relaxes us. Our nervous system becomes more relaxed. And even the more relaxed state, you are more aware of your surrounding and you're more aware of everything that supports you here on this beautiful earth.
It's perfect. So if you're listening and you're not part of our Facebook group, go find it, Moving to Oneness. Yes. We embrace everyone. We would love to have more people in it. If you're listening to this, like us, share it with others. We are so in this together as one.
Yes.
Together.
Yes, let's all of us move together, unify. It's so important to unify and bring this change you desire to this world. So thank you for listening to me and Denise. Thank you, Denise, for this beautiful picture you shared with us and the story and the poem that you wrote this morning.
Thank you, Meilin, and thanks everyone. Have a beautiful, wonderful day and everything else.
Thank you. Goodbye and have a wonderful day. This is Moving to Oneness for you and us.